Hi all! Today I'm going to show you how I took this piece of actually one of my flags that I used in my Miss America talent competition piece on the Miss America national stage in the 2024 competition, and I turned it into part of my costume. I made the top entirely by myself and I'm super proud of it. This is going to show you guys a step-by-step look on how I did it. So first I'm kind of mapping out. I wanted these to mimic stripes or some kind of pattern that looked like it was clawed out. So I'm pinning this down to a stretchier spandex type fabric, which is going to give it some backing as well as a little bit of elasticity and also opacity, because this is going to go through the center of the costume where I wanted some coverage. So I'm just kind of mapping out. I wanted it to mimic stitches. So these are some very rough, different stitches through it that I just ran through my sewing machine with the two items pinned together. And then I kind of cut them out afterwards and laid them out on, I had bought a mesh that I used to kind of create this top. It's a mesh top over here, and we're gonna alter the heck out of this thing, but I'm just kind of laying them out to see how they go on. And here's me in my Shark Week shirt, love sharks, just using the zigzag stitch to kind of sew these around. And again, these don't have to be perfect, and well, I mean, for me they didn't. For you, obviously, that is up to your discretion, your artist endeavors, and whatever you're wanting to do with this. But I wanted a rough stitch. I wanted it to actually look like stitches, because that's part of my journey and me telling my story on the Miss America stage. So it was really important to me that I was able to convey that in this message. So here we are, just running through it. I ran through each leaf, I guess, or each stripe, however you want to call them, twice. So I ran all the way once, and then I ran around and I did it again. So I'll kind of fast forward to this next part. And here we have them all kind of pinned out, and then I eventually just did another zigzag stitch around the same stitching black pattern on there onto the mesh. Now when I actually stitched it on there, you have to kind of pull out the mesh and stretch it out because it is a spandex material. And I loved this top because it was really forgiving. So you can see how I'm kind of pulling it there and just doing the zigzag, and then I kind of letting it through before I pull it out again to stretch it. And it's just piece by piece. Then I decided I put it on and I'm like, there's no way I'm getting it off. I went out a zipper on the back. So I went to Walmart and bought a $2 zipper. And I basically just pinned it down, and you're just going to run a straight stitch on it. And I faced it so I could have it wrap under, so that's why they are both facing opposite sides. And I just ran straight stitch down on one side, straight stitch down on the other side. That is hard to say fast. So we're just gonna run through it. Make sure you have all of your pins aligned up beforehand. So once you run through it, it should look something like this, with the teeth facing outside, but the right way is still kind of be up there. Then I flipped it over, and I decided I wanted a little more security on this, so I took a zigzag stitch and I'm going to run all over each of those lines, which one gave me a really great guide, but also kind of made it cleaner. So you can see at the top, it was kind of rough at the top, and I ended up putting a clip there. We'll see at the end. But yeah, the zipper was great. Zippers are so easy to install. If you have a question about installing a zipper, go see my red dress on the sewing page. And I just kind of sewed over the top a little bit afterwards to make it a little less rough. So you can see now the bottom here, kind of in between. This was before I added the zigzag. I filmed this a little backwards. But you can see right in between there where the zipper is, that's where we're actually going to be zipping up. So we can go ahead and cut through that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy or anything, difficult. You're literally just going to take a pair of scissors, here they are, and just snip right through that. Just make sure you're only cutting through the mesh in the middle and that it's not bunched up on either side. So after this, I added some heat fix stones. If you have questions about adding heat fix stones, wow, not heat sticks, check out my video of the purple top for Miss America. It has a really great detailed video on that. And then here's the clasp I added on top. So I ended up folding, you can see right above my finger there where it's kind of popping out. I ended up folding that over and doing some hand stitching just for my preference. But you take a hook and eye, these are a little bigger so a little more secure, and you're just going to do as if you do any other hand stitching. Just put it in place, run the needle through it a few times, and they have these nice little holes where you can see where they're going to run through, and you just line it up wherever you want on your outfit. So thanks so much. I'm excited to see what you guys will make next. I completely forgot to add in the completed look. So I just paired it with some black spandex shorts that I had already and a pair of dance tights. And I absolutely loved it. I was so proud of Miss America talent costume, and I hope you guys love it too.